Oh boy, folks. Circling up, form the mosh pit. Wait, hold on. Are we good here? I don't think we are. No, we're not. Okay. Yeah. Boop. There we go. All right. Okay. Hello. So, as far as I know, this is what we have available of all the music from K-pop Demon Hunters. Okay? I haven't seen it yet, but it looks absolutely fantastic. Just given the art style, I love it to pieces. I thought Turning Red was fantastic. One of my favorite movies, actually. So, it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 songs. And just based on the nature of which ones were uploaded first, I'm going to go with those. I also feel like, going from here to here, take down to free, it looks like a lot of development has happened. So we're just going to, yeah, check it out that way. So first one, Take Down. Let's go.
Take down, 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 down. Hundreds tails to the world.
It's time.
Take down, down, down.
Take down. That's the song. I love it already.
So sweet, so easy on the eyes, but hideous on the inside. All life spreading lies, but you can't hide, baby. Nice try. I'm about to switch up these vibes. I finally open my eyes. It's time to kick you straight back into the night.
First of all, actually, two things. First of all, these guys looking fleek, looking amazing. Animation's looking fantastic, and also, lady, like, totally different flow right there from the first part, even though that was more of like a harmonic rap.
Nice try. I'm about to switch up these vibes.
This is amazing.
It's time to kick you straight back into the night.
So she absolutely has incredible flow. I love that. And I like how, just based on the little bit of this show that I know, we're actually writing about what we're doing. I know a few people had their disinterest in my thoughts on Hololive Justice's song. Ooh, I forgot what it was called. But it seemed like a very general, like, we're going to accomplish things and we're going to better ourselves, which is cool, but it didn't specify very deeply about the people that they're supposed to be taking care of. They could have name dropped. They could have done just a little bit more, which was why I figured the song was just kind of there to be a general pop song, which is fine. Nothing wrong with keeping things superficial just to make it more palatable. But I like how not only are we getting visuals of the characters that they're actually fighting, they're expressing their own personalities with their lyrics, but then also getting the backstage stuff. We love to see that. I love to see the charisma of the people involved, and so far I am loving all this. So that was a nice one. Okay, first of all, seems very composed with her singing there. I would have expected maybe a bit more face animation. I only say that because that seems to be what a lot of people do. Whenever I record myself doing anything, I am very much like this, and I sound very unenthused a lot of the time, even if on the inside I'm like, I have charisma. So that's not a disdain for her. It's just cool. Everyone has their own charisma when they're singing. I also really like how descriptive we've been getting with something that can be general. You seem great on the outside, but you're twisted within. But that's exactly what these characters are going through. So, or the threat in this story, it seems like. So I like that. I also liked how between the lines it was doo-doo. He threw in a little bit of melody right there. Very cool. So, yeah, some of this stuff could very well be a general idea of being a poisonous person, being toxic, but that seems to be exactly how these characters turn evil, how they can give themselves over to that darkness, and I think that's just really cool. That it's described that way, and that is what the formula is with the show. So I don't think you're ready for the takedown. Break into pieces in a world of pain. Nice. I love this art style. Oh, I love that. And they're vibing just like those ladies are. That's so cool. Ooh, nice camera work. Ooh, nice outfits.
The internet loves this, and the internet is never wrong.
True. I love that. You know, I'm so glad that we have such charismatic, multifaceted main characters. Just the fact that they can go from being very imposing to goofy, silly. That's how we are as people. And I feel like, you know, maybe earlier on we kind of aspired to look to the heroes who were just one character. That's it. Superman, bold, you know, we don't see him cry or get silly about something. Not to say that that's a bad character design. I know some people don't like Superman. I don't really care. It's just the point is to have that be balanced well and still make the main characters feel like their cause is believable is really, really cool. I like that. I think the animation definitely helps with that, but also just the characters being so, multifaceted in their own lives. They're demon hunters, but then they're also pop idols. You got to be able to, juggle back and forth. So I like this. I really, really like this. Ooh. Okay. We know who the love interest is. Oh, I love all this animation. It's so good.
You can try, but you can hide. It's a takedown, I'ma take you out. You break down like what? It's a takedown, I'ma take you out. And it ain't gonna stop. I'ma cut you off, you'll lose control and rebound. You'll be begging and crying, all of your dying. I'ma get up and take you down.
I love it. Very nice. Man, if that isn't a beginning to a show introduction, I don't know what is. That's very, very cool. I like that a lot. They said there's 18 videos. I just want to check on that real quick, see if there's maybe just more variety of... Okay, yeah, so we have... Yeah, take down how it's done. Your idol free. Okay, maybe we should use this one because I see a couple other ones here that's not included here. Anyway, now I'm losing the track list. Okay, Soda Pop. Let's do that. Boom. Yeah, I think just the other thing I like about how this show's already enamoring me with the characters and everything is... Wow, I forgot. Let's just start up.
Wait, what is that?
I love their fashion, too. It's very cute. Oh. It's so cute. I love it. Oh, nice little click right there. Cool. Oh, maybe they thought those were the...
너의 모든 걸 나 원해 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 너 말고 모두 뻔해 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 When you're in my arms I hold you so tight so tight Can't let go no no not tonight 지금 당장 나가 시간 없잖아.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That's another thing I was thinking of. A lot of the designs are not even necessarily unique, quote unquote, right? We've seen plenty of characters drawn exactly like this guy. But it's the personality that goes along with it that really enamors you to them. I think that's something I just was thinking about this in terms of design choices and all that. There's a lot of people that think, oh, if this person doesn't look super unique, then they're not going to be remembered. And that's not true. I mean, there's even plenty of mainstream anime where the main characters are actually pretty, you know, not copy-pasted, but relatively plain in their design. That's why there has to be more about the characters to make them stand out. I mean, just in general, that's a good rule of thumb. Actually have something about them that makes them stand out and makes them unique to their quest and journey and life experience. And I like how, you know, even though we've seen characters with long, you know, ponytails and stuff, she's going to be recognizable to all of us based on her personality, her character, her weapon, her fighting style, whatever. You know, I haven't seen this yet, so I don't know exactly what makes her stand out, but this is something I wanted to point out. I love that.
No, not tonight. 지금 당장 나가 시간 없잖아. 넌 내 거야. 이미 알고 있잖아.
I do envy all these guys who can sing so high. I can't. It's just-
My little soda pop. You're all I can think of. Every drop I drink up. You're my soda pop. My little soda pop.
Dude, okay, I'm already hooked.
Pull me up, I won't stop. You're my soda pop. My little
Yep.
soda pop.
Me too. Aw. Uh-oh.
Magicians. I mean, demons. Obviously, demons.
Make me wanna flip the top. 한번 come make you hit the spot. Every little drip and drop, fizz and pop. 소름 돋아, it's getting hot. Just I'm sipping, man, it's dripping out. It's done, I need a second round. Pour a lot and don't you stop till my soda pop fizzles out.
So I love how we're also getting depictions of how it seems like these two groups are kind of rivals. You know, they're kind of taking their time to infuse themselves in everything, take away their shine. Yeah, I also like how with the rapping and stuff, I could hear a couple flows that were similar, but I like how, generally speaking, there's so much time that they had to work with. And then just quiet after that. You know, that it's something that I've noticed a lot of music outside of the US operates, especially with rap. There's a lot less stringent measures with the rap structure and everything, which is fine. That's a style. Not gonna hate on that.
Don't you stop till my soda pop fizzles out.
I do just love, I don't even know what you would call it. Whatever animation technique is necessary to really, like, I guess just chisel a lot of the faces and really accentuate the eyes. Like, they just, it looks absurd, but it also looks weirdly really, really attractive too. I don't even know what it is. It's just, I guess it's just kind of just chiseling down the features, you know, just stylizing them a little more. It's just fun. It's just very cool. Oh, meanie. Okay, the key change, nice. Okay, I can't help it. Oh wait, he recognized her and was like, "Oh yeah, by the way." Jeez. Nice. That was fun. Whoops. Okay. Okay, yeah. I think we'll just do this one next. Golden. Oh, okay, this is going to be the banger. Oh, that's a nice marketing tactic.
I was a ghost, I was alone. 두어진 길 속에. Given the throne, I didn't know how to believe I was the queen that I'm meant to be. I live to.
Frick. Okay, I lasted for 2 songs. There we go. There's a lot of ways. I know it's not for everybody. Not everyone's life situation is like this. But there are a lot of us that live in fear. And we might not be given a throne, massive responsibilities, a kingdom, all that kind of stuff, if we're reading into that, right? But a lot of us have opportunities. A lot of us have a means of accomplishing things. But we don't believe that we're the king or the queen. And it's sad. There's things I would have missed out on if I didn't have people in my life to kind of help me believe that. Anyway. Oh, she skateboards too. Nice. Ooh. I mean, not for nothing, but there's something to be said about owning yourself and being like, this is me. And you can have a problem with it, but especially when that is how I'm able to, I mean, I get it, like, generally speaking, yeah, okay. Tack with you, mom and dad, I'm making money doing this thing, so it's fine. I know that's how some people take that literally. Whatever it takes to get paid, well, it doesn't matter. You can do whatever behavior you want so long as you get paid. Well, no, I don't think that's the message with this either. I just think it is that tongue-in-cheek idea, because maybe to those types of parents, that is what they might think. They might not see it as anything more than, oh, you're getting paid by being rebellious. How horrible. But for her, that passive aggressiveness comes from, you just don't care to understand who I am. So you can argue that I'm this problem child. Maybe I'm the only one trying to just do something fun with my life. And hey, I'm getting paid. Like, that's... Talk it, girl. Nice harmony there. So good singing. And then I liked the while they're up there, I can't hit that note. Da 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 da. Just the accenting of it, really spitting it out there. It feels like that intensity of adding all those words to it speaks to a place of this is something we're proud about. This is something we're passionate about. It's cool. It's cool, okay? Yo. Dude.
Waited so long to break these walls down, to wake up and feel like me. Put these patterns all in the past now, and finally live like the girl they all see.
Okay, so I don't know, like I said, I don't know the show, but she's talking patterns of behavior and how you might have been something you're separating yourself from, for one. And if we're talking about being the, quote, problem child, maybe she just had this pattern of, I have to restrict myself in order to be seen, in order to be loved, and that kind of thing. So she's breaking out from that. But then also, literally patterns. I don't know what the patterns signify. They said that related to demons before. Maybe there's this idea of you can have a little bit of negativity in you and allow that to be present. But that doesn't have to mean that's all you are. It doesn't mean you're evil, because that's not the reality. The reality is that's how we all are. But that's, that's such a big moment for any of us. We do have to unlearn some things in our life. And sometimes we can work so hard to we can work so hard to achieve something, and then once we have it, we're like, because it's scary. Sometimes we're so much more used to the struggle than actually accomplishing it. And I could talk about that for hours, but I'm not going to bore you guys. I'm sure I've already taken half an hour to get through 3 songs.
No more hiding, I'll be shining like I'm born to be.
I also like that very on the nose visual. No more hiding, I'll be shining, but she's covering herself up with what? The very glitzy, created threads for her costume. So if I were to be so bold, not knowing anything about the show, there's going to be a moment where they're going to have to discard the glitz and glam of their stage attire to actually be themselves. That as much as this is meant to be a visual of being yourself and being out there and being free, she's literally zipping that all the way up to the neck because she is hiding. So it's like we're not hiding, but we kind of still are. We're just hiding under a different cloak of sorts.
I'll be shining like I'm born to be. 'Cause we are hunters, voices strong and I know I believe we're going up, 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 it's our moment. You know together we're glowing. Gonna be golden. Up, up, up with our voices. Gonna get just a woman. Gonna be golden. I'm done hiding, now I'm shining like I'm born to be.
Yo.
Our time, no fears, no lies, that's who we're born to be. You know we're gonna be golden. We're gonna be glowing like every melody. You know that it's our time, no fears, no lies, that's who we're born to be.
I just was going to say, I think what's beautiful about a song like this is it's something that, we know that essentially it is right. When they're saying, oh, no more hiding, I'll be shining. This is like I was born to be. Yes. I mean, that's truly the path that we can take. But because we allow society to kind of dictate who we are, even in ways we don't know, because we allow certain things to control our thoughts and everything, we just kind of get this watered down mindset about who we're supposed to be. So even though we can proudly declare like, yeah, this is how I'm supposed to be, we don't ever really get that far. It's still a great sentiment though, no more hiding. Great. No more lies. Perfect. We still lie. We still cover it up. And I think that's just beautiful. It's one of the things that I love about worship music. If you guys think I cry when I react to music, you should see me when I try and sing in church. Because every single week, it is a great reminder of, hey, you're going to screw up, but you are loved and you are worth it. Sing it out. Own it. And it's beautiful. And I can never get through a single song without crying. It's crazy. Ooh, they're flying. Wow, that is a crowd. Ooh, big old stadium tour. Nice. Oh, very cool. I love that. I want to make sure I'm getting through these correct. Okay, I am not. Okay, how it's done. Let's do that next.
Why are you so late?
Late?
50,000 fans are waiting for you.
Aw. Just even some of the sound effects, little squish and squeak sound effects, just give it such a cutesy side. And I love that, being able to balance that. How the people are able to do that in the sound design booth is just beyond me, but I love them for it.
50,000 fans are waiting for you.
Uh-oh.
Came at a bad time. You just crossed the line.
Yeah, we got places to go.
Okay, I'll show you wild.
Do they have to make coffee? Ooh. Okay, so I'm so sorry. I was not paying attention to any of the flow or the lyrics here. I mean, I know we're talking about pushing through the situation that you just got presented in and telling people, hey, don't mess with me because we're going to beat the tar out of you. But so much of the flow was amazing, and all these ladies just went way faster than we had heard them rap before up to this point. So very, very cool. We're going to dial that back just because I want to do right by this. Bleeding isn't in my blood. That's actually a dope idea. Because blood obviously meaning in your blood, like in your character. So before some Weisenheimer Fantano wannabe is like, oh, actually, you did me shit. Okay, just shut up. Oh, and did that shirt say "Don't mess with me" or "Don't miss"? Okay. Yeah. So she's pouring that for them. That's awesome. But there's a lot of, we would probably call it choppy over here, but it's very stylized to the instrumental with the drums. So it's also, again, like I was saying, very much a free form style a lot of the time. I was just hearing a lot of flows that didn't really repeat half as much as you would expect in like Western rap, which is fine. Again, it's a style. Oh, they ate it too early. And I'm sorry, I again wasn't really focusing on the rap flows too much, but love the charisma for the characters. I think it's also cool too how they're able to juggle the regardless of the characters' personalities, one being kind of level-headed, the other being the tough, quote, problem child, and the other one being the sweetheart, for all of them to have cutesy moments that don't water down the rest of their character is really cool. And like I was seeing with the animation there, even when the tougher girl was being reprimanded, she still had in her face different angles and arches that showed that she's still tough, but she was like, oh. So that's such good art direction. I love that kind of stuff. A lot of people might not think about that, but also a lot of people might not think about rap flows either. That's why I do this. Oh, nice how they had the words move with her weapon. Oh, nice how it's thumping like. Uh-oh. Save the noodles. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, this plane's trashed.
Okay, let's do this.
Yeah, something about when you come from the ground that's so humble and high. You bigger than bunch of continue with Adrian Boogie here. Nothing to us. Run up your donut, we come up from sun up to sun, so come out to play. We wanted a million, we kill it, but really you want it.
Nice. Also, I just have to say, I don't know what it is, but it's one of my favorite moves in any sort of action film where the person just dips out, like of a plane or jumps off something, like just back turn to what's going on, fall, or jump. It's so cool. It's just so awesome. Ooh, for my napalm era, that's pretty dope. Anyway. Who's the baddest? That's interesting. Mirror, mirror on my phone. Who's the baddest? That's a very interesting, topical route to take that line. That's very cool.
Oh,
Rambo, nice. I'm loving the camera work on that. That was dope. That was very cool. So good. Let's see. So we had takedown, how it's done, soda pop golden, strategy, your idol free. That sounds like love, maybe path. Okay, cool. So I think we just have. Let's see. Strategy.
Hey boy, I'ma get ya real good and I betcha. Hey
Okay.
boy, once I get ya, you'll be oh so glad that I met ya. Ow! Step one, do my highlight, make me shine so bright in the moonlight. Step two, silhouette tight, baby even my shadow looks good, right? Step three, with a hair right, make it look my way with your heart.
Wait, I'm sorry. I think my brain just clicked when they were talking about even in my shadow, I still look good, right? They were talking about, well, in the previous song, they talked about mascara, but then also here they're talking about makeup and everything. So that idea of your shadow still looking good, you still look like you're a whole person, the good and the bad. All of you is valuable and beautiful. But then also eyeshadow looking good. That's cool. I like that.
Step four, get you on the floor, I can say more. Gonna say, I'm feeling all your attention on me.
It's such an interesting key in which they're singing. Da, 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 la, 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 la. Like this, it's very interesting. I like it. And then the harmonizing sounded like it was even more dissonant. So, you get two dissonant sounds, it'll sound like it's, not dissonant. It's cool. Or I'm sorry, that wasn't the harmony. That was the synth. My bad.
Come on over. I know you wanna move a little closer. Gotta try to get you with me. Get you on my radar soon. You're gonna play with me. My strategy. Well, get you, baby. Meaning it's my trademark. Soon you're never gonna leave. My strategy. Well, get you, baby. Hey boy, I'ma get you real good and I betcha. Hey boy, once I get ya, you'll be oh so glad that I met ya. When your cheeks go red, I wanna dance you sad.
when my face goes red, my brain was just thinking of turning red right then. I just want to make sure, just because my brain was freaking out for a second. So your idol and free. We're gonna check out it. Okay, so then we can go back up. Then what sounds like maybe perfect. All right, cool. Just want to make sure I know what I'm doing.
Till in your head, and you can't forget. You're feeling things so confused. Watch my body get loose. You don't know.
Ooh, the this nice little melisma. I know that sounds like a disease, but it's literally when you hit a note or you're singing a word and you go from one note to another and just kind of slide around and do your own thing. It's a very it's intense mode of singing. It takes a lot of work because you have to hit all those notes well, or else it sounds like you're just kind of like you're trying to look for the right note,
What you gonna do? You're mine.
I think that's what it was. Maybe I had it the wrong key. Very cool. Man, just so talented here.
Like gravity, one look at me, I betcha, boy. You be down on your knees, calling me up, begging me don't leave. My strategy, will getcha, boy. Hey boy.
Something else I was noticing with the, the instrumentation there in the back, there was a lot of instruments that sounded very much of the era that we think of when we think of like samurai and the oni, those demon characters that were in there. I can't even think of what they were called, but very traditional instruments, stringed instruments and hand instruments like clinking instruments. I really like how that, again, harkens the character, even though they're singing this kind of love song, it harkens back to there's this other side of me, this other job that I have to do. I really think that's cool. It's a great stylistic point of cohesion.
I'ma get ya real good and I bet ya. Hey boy, once I get ya, you'll be oh so glad that I met ya. Hey boy, I'ma get ya, yeah. Real good and I bet ya. Hey boy, you'll be oh so glad that I met ya. Hey boy, I'ma get ya real good and I bet ya.
Nice. Very nice. So, we have Your Idol up here. There we go. Oh, is this the dudes? Ooh.
I'll be your idol. Keeping you in check, keeping you obsessed. Play me on repeat, good OG in your head. Anytime it hurts, play another verse. I can be a sanctuary. No, I'm the only one right now. I will love you more when it all burns down. More than power, more than gold. Yeah, you gave me your heart, now I'm here for your soul.
Ooh. Okay, first of all, I love these outfits. Holy smokes. Gorgeous. They're on fleek. Work it, work it, work it. Anyway, I want to dial it back just a tad because I know I missed some of the lyrics here.
Play me on repeat, good OG in your head. Anytime it hurts, play another verse. I can be a sanctuary. No.
Okay, yeah, so they're trying to do the very, expected thing that you would think out of characters like these in this sort of idol setting that, hey, I know that you're going to want to listen to me when you're feeling sad. I'm sorry if my face is totally getting washed out here. It's either this or I'm in the dark for whatever reason. I can see sunlight outside and it's just not working with my face. Maybe I could turn the light down just a tad. But anyway, I think whether or not these characters are evil, because I don't know about their story or not, the idea that they can, just be real with, I know this is why you're listening to me. I feel like there's a lot of idol music that seems to err on the side of kind of like they're not really they're not, they don't always sound like they're totally aware of exactly how their fans view them, right? And I think part of that is kind of building up that differentiation between fan and idol where, oh my gosh, my phone sucks here. We're just going to do this. I'm sorry, guys. Good gravy. It seems like there has to be normally that distancing in idol music, okay? Where you're talking to the fans, quote unquote, but you're not really talking to the fans. So by owning it to such a degree that you're like, hey, play another verse when I know you're hurt. That's kind of it sounds very much like a prey creature here, probably going after someone's soul, like they're
Time
talking
it
about.
hurts, play another verse. I can be a sanctuary. No, I'm the only one right now. I won't love
And
you
great
more
choreography,
than
too.
it
This
burns
dancing
down
is
for the
insane.
power, more than gold. Yeah, you gave me your heart, now I'm here for your soul. I'm the only one who'll love your sins. Feel the way my voice gets underneath your skin. Listen,
That's so, it's, you know, it's so, it's going to sound weird, but it sounds so predatory, saying, I know how my words get under your skin. There's that idea of, okay, yeah, being annoying. This was the guy that our main character didn't like. So he's like, I know my words get under your skin. I'm being annoying. Ha ha ha. But also when you present yourself to someone who thinks, oh, no one's going to love me for my sins, that already sets up such a horrible distinction that you can't be yourself. That someone is good, that everyone else in the world is going to be like, ew, you made mistakes. Yucky. I don't like you, which is very immature. If anyone does that, grow up. But then they're saying, I know my words get under your skin. It's like, okay, I know that I'm driving you crazy because I'm giving you something that you have not ever experienced from somebody else. So I can kind of play around with that. Woof. Crazy.
'cause I'm preaching to the choir. Can I get the mic a little higher?
Ooh.
Give me your desire. I can be the star you rely on. Never go to chair, you can't look away. Don't you know I'm here to save you? Now we running wild. Yeah, I'm all you need. I'ma be your idol. Reaching on the fame, cancel what?
Okay, so we're getting into rap. I actually got to dial it back. I'm totally missed something here.
You rely on. Never go to chair, desire. I can be the star you rely on. Never go to chair, you can't look away. Don't you know?
Sorry. Good gravy.
Listen, 'cause I'm preaching to the choir.
Okay, that's what it was. Preaching to the choir. If you're preaching to the choir, people already know what you're saying. But then it also is that whole, it ties into the whole sin metaphor. Oh, I'm the only one that knows your sins. You're preaching to the choir. You're talking to people in church. If someone's saying they're preaching to the choir, it's saying, we already know this. I'm not telling you anything new. So it's doing that whole route of, I know that, I know what you're struggling with, and I'm just telling you what you already need to know, that you are loved and cared for and valued. But it goes that whole like sin route, which is so interesting. Very interesting wordplay.
Can I get the mic a little higher? Give me your desire. I can be the star you rely on. Never
Relying
go
on a
to
star,
chair,
like
you
the
can't
North
look
Star.
away. Don't you know I'm here to save you? Now we running wild. Yeah, I'm all you need. I'ma be your idol.
So be your idol. I know that in a lot of idol culture, we have typically one. There's one that you typically like out of any particular group. But then in VTubing, we have the whole kamiyoshi idea of like, okay, well, I can have many favorites, but then this is my all-time favorite. Just very... I'm not sure why that's the case exactly, because I've never been that way before. I hold affinity for a number of people, and I don't feel like I have to distinguish it any further than that. Not to say there's anything wrong with that. That's just a part of a lot of the fan culture and stuff that's a little bit outside of my sphere. But to surmise to someone, oh, I can be your one idol, like that's, it's so evil, but so enthralling, I know, for people who like the song. So.
Reaching on the fame, cancel what I'm your idol. Thank you for the pain, 'cause it got me going viral. Oh, yeah, not behind the fever, making you a believer. Now that we had none, don't you have an idol.
So, thank you for the pain that made me viral. I don't know if maybe they were doing something behind the scenes where they exploited someone in their pain in order to get viral. I wonder if that could also just be maybe something as simple as doing a fan meet and someone's crying on your shoulder, but they're filming you and they're like, "Oh, what a great guy. He's comforting their fan," or whatever. So it's doing the exact same thing I was talking about. They are well aware of how they're getting, success and viewership and stuff through the emotions of others in not a sincere way. Crazy.
In your mind now, too late, cause you're mine now. I will make you free when you're all a part of me.
Ooh.
Preach it to the choir. Can I get the mic a
Oh,
little
that's
higher?
crazy stage work.
Desire. Watch me set your world on fire. Never wrong with a chair, you can't look away. No one is coming to save you. Now we running wild. You're down on your knees, I'ma be your idol.
Ooh. Okay. His face changed for just a second. Maybe he's already overcome by the demon, and that's the whole deal with that. Interesting. Okay, so we had Free. There we go. There's the next one. Now, I kind of know what these characters are, but... Okay, so clearly we're having a, after the battle moment of like, okay, let's shake on this. Let's be friends. Sorry. So I'm kind of guessing what the twist is for this, but I still want to see this. This looks awesome.
I try to hide, but something broke. I try to sing, couldn't hit the notes. The words kept catching in my throat. I try to smile, I was suffocating though. But here with you, I can finally breathe. You say you're no good, but you're good for me. I've been...
We were just talking about that play on words with Token and Ren, where they said, "I'm not right for you." What was it? It was something like, "I'm not good for you, but I'm good for myself. Like, I'm good as I can be." That whole idea of I can be a complete person, but it's just not the kind of person that would complement you, right? So yeah, it's very interesting too. And this is going back to the juxtaposition I was talking about. Being able to be a very successful pop artist, knowing that you are expressing a truth about yourself through your performance, but then also your lyrics and everything, being yourself. But then also there is a whole other side to you that you have to reconcile with and be okay with. And sometimes even when you're expressing yourself through music, there's another side of you that is not out there. And that can even play into the fact that pop music essentially needs to be safe. You can't really get to very specific depths of your own hurt and issues in pop. I mean, it happens sometimes, but it's rare. And it's definitely not the norm, because that level of depth does tend to push people away, because, that's just how it is. We kind of go for very general, relatable themes in a lot of pop music. So I think it's very cool that she's being able to sit there and maturely go, hey, I do want to be real and be myself, but there's some ways that even in my professional life where I am expressing myself to millions of people, I'm not really being real. It's crazy.
Hoping to change now. I know we can change, but I won't if you're not by my side. Why does it feel
Oh, so she's the one making the move here. Interesting. Because before that, he was always the one kind of reaching out and being like, hey, whatever. And I know, generally speaking, in heteronormative culture, it's the guy who does the work. But, I mean, I know that's not the case anymore, especially. But you know what I mean? It's just cool that she's the one being like, hey, if this is going to work, you got to be with me. It's cool.
every time I let you in? What does it feel like? I can tell you anything. All the secrets that keep me in chains, and all the damage that might make me dangerous.
So, might make me dangerous. As someone who, until recently, has never had a good romantic relationship, I have been emotionally and mentally abused and just ignored. To actually be in that situation where you really do feel like, wow, I feel like I can tell you anything. it feels like such a impossible situation for people who are not in a relationship. And that's not a diss on anyone who's not in a relationship. It's just, I know how it works. I know how we all feel when you've been cast out, even by friends, people who you would think are the closest that you've ever had up to that point, right? So then an idea where you're going to be even more deep with someone than anyone you've ever been with, even your friends and family, how could we ever actually reach a point where we can be that open with each other? Well, that's where maturity comes in. That's where knowing yourself comes in. That's where knowing what you want really comes in. And being able to figure out in a mature way, hey, if we have similar values, if we have similar, compatibility, if we actually like hanging out together and all that stuff, you have more than enough resource to actually have and foster a very healthy relationship where literally you can tell each other anything and it's going to feel like the most natural thing of all. And I say this as someone who, for years, never understood that until recently. Anyway.
We can't fix it if we never face it. What
True.
if we find a way to escape it? We could be
Okay.
free.
Okay. Da 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 da. Like she's hitting the e on an earlier beat than I would have expected. She's if we could be free, but she's going free. Like interesting choice there with the timing. Yeah, free.
We can't fix it if we never face it.
That's true.
Let the past be the past till it's weightless.
Yes. It's dead and gone. It truly, the past is dead. But we keep giving it life. We keep being necromancers for it. Seriously. It doesn't need to be. Because, even if you've made bad choices in your past, we all have, but like lasting ones, right? Even if you've made lasting poor choices, there's only so much you can do in the present to do any rectifying of that. Sometimes you can't rectify it. So then all you have left to do is just move on. There's no point to even hold on to it because it's done. Consequences might not be reversed. Trying to keep cycle back on what you could do or whatever, that's not going to help anything. So I love that idea.
Time goes by and I lose perspective. Yeah, hope only hurts, so I just forget it.
Yeah.
But you're breaking through all the dark in me when I thought that nobody could.
Ooh.
And you're waking up all these parts of me that I thought were buried for
Go.
good. Between imposter and this monster, I've been lost inside my head. Ain't no choice when all these voices keep me pointing towards no end. It's just easy when I'm with you. No one sees me the way you do. I don't trust it, but I want to. I keep coming back to why does it feel right?
Oh, so I also liked how that end line went right into the chorus very well.
Way you do. I don't trust it, but I want to. I keep coming back to why.
I keep coming back to and instead of going I keep coming back to do what does it feel like, so we just went right into it. I keep coming back to why does it feel like. I really liked that. But yeah, that whole idea, I really feel like, simply put, most of our issues that we have when it comes to people, being mean online or whatever, is we've been hurt, right? The reason why so many people think that all these entertainers can't be trusted is because they've been hurt. They did trust at one point, and then an entertainer that they liked quit, or they ended up being outed as a terrible person. It's so easy to look at a situation like that and be like, okay, I'm never trusting. And then we can even go one step further and be so jaded that we think it's actually a sign of maturity to not trust anybody. No, you can be careful. It's always good to be careful and be mindful of what's going on. But and that's where people really start blurring the lines. And people think trusting is a sign of weakness. It's just sad. It's so sad. I could go on about that, but I know I've kept you guys for too long.
Why does it feel right every time I let you in? Why Doesn't feel like I can tell you anything. We can't fix it if we never face it. What if we find a way to escape it? We could be free.
Ooh, okay. First of all, I like the visual of them both jumping away from that as they're talking about being free. But also, the two of them are on two different rooftops, two different paths. They're coming at the same conclusion from two different lives. And that is another aspect of relationships. You are going to be, I mean, as nice as it would be for us to try and find someone who's identical to us, you're not going to find that. You can find someone who complements you. And then there's plenty of relationships where opposites do attract. I knew someone who, she always wanted to travel. So she would travel with her girlfriends. He would stay home and read. And they were cool with that. And they're still married. It's been decades. So it's a reality that I think a lot of us are scared of preemptively. And why wouldn't you? It's a lot easier to just think, I should find someone who's exactly like me. So then we know exactly how we think. But the maturity that comes from being able to have those conversations and be like, hey, we don't have to be the same. And I can still love you and care about you. And that can be okay. It doesn't have to be such a scary thing to be different from the other person, is where maturity comes in. Real quick, I'm just going to throw the lights on. I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry about that. Anyway.
We can't fix it if we never face it. Let the past be the past till it's weightless.
I'm also going to say, too, we've talked a bit about animation and stuff. The fact that their faces really show so much. We see the exaggerated sides of them being silly and, intense and all that. But here, the fact it's so soft and so subtle, what they do, that just shows such a breadth of the ability of these animators. You can have their eyes hardly moving very much and then widen ever so slightly. The corners of their lips turn up ever so slightly. And it is so visually, it's such a huge visual cue. Just how they design it is so good. It doesn't have to be anything huge. It's just, hey, you can. Oh.
But something broke. I couldn't sing. Will you give me hope? We can't fix it if we never face it. Let the past be the past till it's weightless.
It's also nice, too, that they're literally floating. Okay, bad example. They're back on the ground. But still, the visual was there. It's so nice. That's so nice. I love that. Let's do this one. What it sounds like.
Nothing but the truth now. Nothing but the proof of what I am. The worst of what I came from. Patterns I'm ashamed of. Things that even I don't understand.
So, I know I was just talking about pop music being safe. You can have those moments where you get deep. Now, she's not going exactly into, well, so far, she's not going exactly into what the patterns are. But having that moment of, I'm just going to sing, you have to hold on to every word when that happens. It's a great stylistic choice. And yeah, for her to take that moment kind of in a continuation from Golden, we're not having crazy bass and a catchy beat yet. We're just speaking from the heart. It's cool. It's good stuff.
Nothing but the proof of what I am. The worst of what I came from. Patterns I'm ashamed of. Things that even I don't understand. I try to fix it. I try to fight it. My head was twisted. My heart divided. My lies all collided. I don't know why I didn't try.
trust you to be on my side.
So, being on my side, we have direct reference to that with Free. I want you to be by my side. I don't know if part of the journey with these ladies is for them to maybe, wonder about their allegiance to each other. I would hate for that to be the case, but I know there's a lot of team aspects where they do have to fight in order to come back together and realize how strong they actually are, especially when they're together. But yeah, it's word for word something that I didn't believe you were on my side. I love that. I love the juxtaposition there, or the consistency.
I broke into a million pieces and I can't go back, but now I'm seeing all the beauty in the broken glass. The scars are part of me, darkness and harmony. My voice without the lies, this is what it sounds like.
My voice without the lies, this is what it sounds like. We were talking about lies in Golden, but also the idea of the past being broken, or being broken. We're talking about shattered glass, but saying we can't go back, just like a broken road. If you got an earthquake going on and you actually can't go back over that road, it's something that I think a lot of us probably just have to take on the chin long enough before you learn that truly the past is dead. And a lot of times, unless there's something you can do about it today to rectify the situation, there's nothing you can do besides continue on. And again, I know some people find that maybe of cold comfort, and that's where I think it might just take time to be like, you know what? You're just going to have to learn to realize the longer that you have more positives outweighing your fear of the negative that you think is going to, be over your shoulder the rest of your life, the more you'll realize that you just got to let it go. I've been through some bad stuff, and every time a good thing happened, it makes it a little bit easier for me to go, you know what? I think good things are more in store for me. I think there's more people who care about me than not. I think there's more value that I have in my life than what voices I might still listen to. So.
Why did I cover up the color stuck inside my head? I should have let the jagged edges meet the light instead. Show me.
Sorry, jagged edges meet the light. That's exactly what prisms do. It's the crossing of the different angles of the prism that refract the light. So that idea of the jagged edges, but also the jagged edges of who we are. If you're working with a piece of stone, you want to chip away the jagged edges. But for that to be something that is actually sought after to refract into the light, it's beautiful.
What's underneath? I'll find your harmony. The song we couldn't write. This is
And nice harmony right there. Ooh.
We're shattering the silence. We're rising, defiant, shouting in the quiet. You're not alone. We listen to the demons. We let them get between us. But none of us are out here on our own.
So yeah, while we are going back into a pop beat and everything, taking around a little under half, I'll just say half the song to just have them sing together is a powerful mantra. And I liked when they were saying finding the harmony and then they all harmonize. Great stuff.
We were cowards, so we were liars. So we're not heroes, we're still survivors. The dreamers, the fighters, no lying. I'm tired, but dive in the fire and I'll be right here by your side.
Yeah, well, so even in this pop situation, they're still able to say verbatim, hey, we fail. We make mistakes. We are selfishly minded sometimes. I mean, even that in and of itself is huge to say. You don't have to go to every scathing detail necessarily. I know it sounded like I was kind of saying that, we need that in pop music. I'm not necessarily meaning that. It's just oftentimes the pendulum swings the opposite direction where it's just so sterile, where people are like, I've made mistakes. And it's like, do you want to express even one of them? But even Taylor Swift, I guess it was one of her older songs. I heard her on the radio the other day talking about Anti-Hero. That's what the song was. And I sat there listening to it. I was like, this is the most introspective, honest take I think I've ever heard from her. It's just literally, this is where I struggle. These are my issues. These are the problems that I present to the table. I'm not just some victim who's going through, breakup after breakup, and I'm just such a tortured soul. It's literally, I'm to blame in this situation as well. And sure, it's produced in a very poppy, sort of cutesy way, which is part of her character and everything. But if you haven't heard Anti-Hero, just suspend for a moment that it's Taylor Swift if you don't like her music, and just listen to it. It is a good song. And it doesn't get to anything too crazy, but it sure gives us more than what a lot of her other music does. Just saying. I love that line. It's so cool. Nice little trap refrain. Nice with the synth. Woo! Okay. I don't know if this is where the crowd is getting involved in this song, but nice. Oh, come on, drums. You got to come in with the crashes. Nice. I think... given the instrumentation there at the end, I like how it turned into more of a kind of intense group chant. Because maybe I'm just, talking out my ass with this, but it sounds like maybe it's in a moment in the show where things are kind of getting intense, so that's why we turn towards more of a minor key. But it could also just be, hey, this is a crowd of us all proclaiming amid the ugly, amid the gross, amid the dark, that, hey, this is what it sounds like when we choose to keep moving on and keep being ourselves. And then the fact that it got faster and then it had this very, casual refrain, I think kind of brings it back down literally to, hey, this is the place we can be. We can find rest. I love that. I really, really like that. Very, very cool. I'm probably going to have to watch this tonight. I'm off work tomorrow. I have no reason not to. Okay, we got Love Maybe. Aw. I was at the coffee store today.
너와 함께 하고 싶은 일들을 상상하는 게 요즘 내 일상이 되고
Very nice singing.
너의 즐거워하는 모습을 보고 있으면 자연스레 따라 웃고 있는 걸.
So maybe this might just be in a different language, which is fine. I still want to hear the guy sing. This is dope. I just always wonder in the back of my head, are basses not allowed in in guy groups, in boy bands. It's just they all seem to be tenors, like at starting point. Maybe you get a baritone in there, but I mean, it's just I've never been able to hit notes like that. That's just not my range. And they can just slide up to those high notes. It's so good. I love it. Dude, where are you going? Where are you going with all that? And the fact is jazzy. Harmonica? I don't think I've ever heard harmonica in overseas music, ever. I've only heard it in Western films. Like, what is going on? I love this though. If I wasn't recording this whole time, I would throw some. Had to check. Dude, there's so many instruments in all of these songs. The diversity of the instrumentation for all of these tracks, from the pop songs to these more laid back songs. This wasn't just a piano and trap type thing. We have the electric guitar, we have the harmonica, we have the jazzy, very like almost big band feel. I'm hearing other instruments in there as well. It's not just trumpets. It's so good. It's just they pulled out all the stops for this. Just from a music standpoint, I would want to watch this film. That's so cool. I love this. Nice little key change there. Come on. I keep thinking that when that harmonica comes in, that's her singing. Nice. So especially with this shot, you know, just seeing him here, he's not being smug. His eyebrows are pointing down just a little bit. Maybe this was really his whole MO with his smugness and character and stuff. Maybe he was just using that to cover up that, hey, truly, I'm not wanting to open myself to anybody because I don't think anyone could love me. Which, like I said, in so many words, is something we all relate to. Oh my gosh, I love this guy already. Path, huh? I'm not gonna be able to take this song seriously. I can't. So these are kind of like just soundtrack songs. That's cool. Not necessarily the hit pop songs like we saw before. That's fine. I want to hear this. Nice. Sounds like 3-4 guys. Very nice. I love trios and quartets. Is that like an organ? Kind of makes me think of my Game Boy. I miss that Game Boy. Nice. I like how it just takes its time. It's very nice. Now I'm just imagining this is what the guy looks like when he's singing. Nice. Oh, nice resolution. That was a nice drop down into the chorus. There's a lot of vocal work in groups like these where they will be dissonant, and then when they get to the last part of the line, there will be conclusion, and they'll harmonize back out. That's another great thing about classical music as well. Maybe I just like this because I've been in group singing stuff before, and it's always fun to watch how voices work together like that. It's fun. Cool. All right, so there was that one. Now this might just be, we'll see if this is just an instrumental. If it's just an instrumental, we don't have to touch on it here. I really like the design of this character, I'm just gonna say. Let me just, yeah, okay, so this is just an instrumental. Okay. Well, we got through all of that. I love this. This is so cool. From every single standpoint, I adored how this came about, how this came out, what they were talking about. I think there was such diversity in not only doing the very necessary pop, kind of idol stuff on both ends, but then everyone has their own story. They have their own stuff that they're afraid to be honest about, and as it seems as the story goes on, they find reason to trust each other, which is something, frankly, statistically, a lot of us don't actually get there until late 20s. Like, really, it's truly something that takes a long time for a lot of people to get to, which is why I try to tell all of you guys, please, just be open. And if you don't feel like you have anyone to be open to, send me a DM, message me. I am pretty sure there's not much that anyone can tell me that would surprise me. Just saying. Because you're loved and you're valuable. And I hope you check out Demon Hunters, K-pop Demon Hunters. I am definitely going to watch this movie. And that's all I got to say about that. But you guys tell me your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I apologize for the sun not working out. We tried to make it work, though. Thank you, guys. Love you, and I will see you later.